Hey guys, welcome to this week's podcast. My glass is over there. Just realized that.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We're drinking Fremont Legends. You can talk about it while
So it's got a bird on it. I'm assuming.
I meant more like, it's 7% ABV.
Look, I'm more focused on the bird. It's pretty nice. I'm assuming it's a crane, and it's like the bird that's in their logo. You think it's a crane?
Probably.
I think it's a crane.
There's like 3 different. So I learned this. There's like 3 different birds that are this bird.
Oh, no shit.
And
this now.
And they like one has a weird hook neck. Starts with like a G, there's a crane, and there's something else, because in Florida, they're like, these kind of birds are all over the place, and
some are protected species.
I don't know.
Oh, I do know.
I just know that's a bird.
I was informed. If you see these birds in the road, don't kill them, because you'll get arrested. Uh-oh. Duly noted. Florida. I'm sure.
Free state of Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bird flying over mountains. Doesn't seem like the mountainous kind of bird, but maybe.
Doubt it.
It looks like a bird that, sits by the beach, not like a...
And I feel you, bird.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But it is a nice summer sunset scene on the mountains. Yeah, you might see like St. Helens kind of colors.
Yeah.
Almost, it's like a more blue northwest version of like vaporwave type art style.
I like it.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Good design.
Yeah, 100 on the design for sure.
The Legend Cold IPA.
Like you said, 7%, 60 IBUs.
Yeah.
Apparently hops are Citra, Centennial, some more Citra, some Cryo. Oh, Citra Cryo, sorry. I should have just kept reading. I didn't, yeah. And Strata, which that makes sense. I love Strata.
So, has 2-row pale and Pilsner malts. It is also brewed. I didn't know where to put this, so I just threw it in the malt section. It's brewed with flaked corn or flaked maize.
That's why I like it. I grew up in the corn.
I don't know. I would like a beer like this side by side, one with the flaked corn and one without, just because like I bet I do like it, thinking like it probably adds like kind of a caramely type sweetness, but not like sugary sweet. I don't know.
Maybe at some point during this recording, I'll look up what notes does corn give beer.
I did.
Oh, and that's what it said?
Was kind of a long, but like a lot of it was like, I don't know, some articles were like shitting on it, and then some articles were like, it just is, like it's not very impactful. It just is a thing.
Those ones are probably more correct.
And I'm guessing that's what it is, but I would like to, like, trying it side by side, like this is why we love single malt, single hop beers or smash beers, because it's very nice to be like, oh, this is what this tastes like.
Especially, so you're like me, where we know some hops, but we don't know a lot of hops, but we know like almost no like malts or grains at all.
Yeah, not to any like level of depth.
At the very least, like, oh, I know that one. Like, I've heard of that. I've seen that in beer, but like, could I tell you what it tastes like? No.
Yeah.
So I would, so that's one cool thing about smash beers is like when you get one that we are familiar with the hop varietal, because then we could be like, okay, now I can really now hone in on the grain variety, if you will, and kind of see where that takes me.
Another thing about this beer, it is a cold IPA, which means that it's fermented at a lower temperature than a standard ale.
Yes.
Biggest difference between ales and lagers are the fermenting temperature. So lagers are fermented at a lower temperature. So this is more like a lager, kind of.
Yeah, that's I don't know that we've really talked about it, but that just really confuses me because to my knowledge that was like the only difference. And then like because you're fermenting at a lower temperature with lagers, they usually leaned towards certain hops and grains because it just tastes better with that stuff.
Yep.
But now I'm like, if you just do it,
So this is
you want.
So it's not quite as
Not
cold.
that cold. Okay. So we're talking maybe like 50 degrees.
I don't know the temperature range, but this is not quite as cold. It's still considered an ale, I guess. But who makes that determination? No one knows. But then to your point, like also, a lot of lagers will use different malts and hops than IPAs anyway. So
that was not helpful. Darn. I saw 60 and I thought it was gonna be 60 degrees, and then they said 60 minutes. So
Dogfish Head?
no, actually.
That'd be funny. Most podcasters would probably do the research and stuff beforehand.
But we wouldn't want to deprive you of that experience.
Or adding a guest that would know these things, that sort of thing.
We're on a journey, Like we're doing something.
Yeah.
And if you're here, you're here. So. Wait, this could bear fruit. I was about to just give up because no one's being helpful on the internet at all. But then I saw something that kind of stuck out. It's February when I tossed a... Shut up, my guy. Story about cold IPA, hoopla, Portland, Oregon, stupid.
I just typed in cold IPA fermented temperature and it said after 60-minute boil, flame out and steep whirlpool hops at approximately 195 for 20 minutes, chill work to 54 degrees in pitch yeast, ferment at 54 degrees.
Okay, I want your internet because I typed the exact same thing.
Go to the top of Google.
That's where I was, and it wasn't helpful.
Did you read it all?
Yes. It said, the guys are also big fans of adding hops to their fermenter as they are transferring cooled wort into the tank. So these hops are essentially primary fermentation hops and are in the tank for the full duration of fermentation. Mash at 152 degrees Fahrenheit for 60 minutes.
What did you type in exactly?
Cold IPA, fermentation, temperature.
I said fermented temperature.
Like, what the fuck, right?
Oh,
like, that's stupid.
Loser. No, I think it's your fault.
No, that is fucking
I think it's your
dumb.
Fault.
God. I'm like, I typed the exact same thing.
What a loser.
God.
I was going to bring something up, and then I remembered. What do you think about the beer?
It's fucking good. So ales are normally fermented like around 70, like maybe a high 60, like 67, 68, 69. But like 70, I think is, from what I've heard, like 69, 70 is like the sweet spot.
We just use room temperature because we don't have...
I got something.
Just saying, like...
I don't know if it's here or not. I jerry-rigged an outlet to turn off and on by way of a thermostat.
Yeah, but even that, like... What? It's a little sketch.
Oh, no, yeah. It's very accurate, but it's very sketch.
Yeah, well, very accurate in wherever that thermometer is.
It's on the same device, yeah.
Yeah. So on that device.
So you just throw that in
I know.
whatever box and hook up a heater to it, which is what I've done.
Yeah, I'm catching what you're throwing down.
It worked really good.
Okay.
It did.
Anyways, 70-ish degrees, 69
Yeah,
degrees. Nice.
and then nice, and then I think lagers are fermented at like 45. It could maybe a little bit colder, but I think it's like 45. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you did just look
No,
it up.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not looking it
All
up.
right, that's fine.
It's a dumb thing to look up.
I'll look up lager fermented temperature. Apparently, is the proper way to do that. But that's Google suggested it. So, between 48 and 55 degrees. So it's on the higher end of a lager fermentation. But yeah, I think people try to do it about as cool as possible, typically. For lagers, that is.
So it's like medium.
Yeah, so but they should be called medium IPAs, obviously.
Well, no, it should be a different term than an ale, right?
I would think, yeah, yes.
Like there should be
Yes.
lager, something ale.
A medium beer. That's stupid. Lager, something, and an ale. You have, I don't know. I don't have any good ideas.
What's
to
the
offer.
origin of the word lager?
That's a good question. I'm going to guess it's Czechoslovakian, and that the first beer
That's-
drinker,
Definitely wrong.
Schlorgen, took a drink of his first lager and went, "Oh."
So mid 19th century from German Lagerbier, which means beer brewed for keeping, from Lager, which means storehouse.
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 Like Haus.
And
Oh, fuck me.
so an ale
Yeah.
is of Germanic origin, related to Old Norse. Formerly, the word referred especially to the paler varieties of beer.
That makes sense. But
Yeah.
what's a storehouse?
Well, and like,
Is that the house you store things
yeah.
in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe you store your grains there and your drinks, your bevs
And
for the winter, you know.
And oh.
Maybe get some meats, some salted meats.
Well, because they didn't have fancy pants stuff, so to make lagers, they had to make them in like the cooler months.
Yeah.
They stored them there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
How this is going to get us to come up with a word that's...
What is a Germanic word for room temperature?
I don't... Okay, I got one.
Okay.
But I think it is a beer style. Is it pronounced Mitt? Mitte?
Oh, I don't know. Mit?
No, because that'd be like a wit or wheat beer, right? But Mitt, Mitte. I'm not German, so I don't know how to pronounce these shit. Stands for middle. I think that's a good.
I like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hey Siri, how do you say middle in German? No. No. That's not what you said. Mit. Oh, wait.
Mitte.
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 Oh, she said it faster that time. Say again. Mitte. Why does she say it all slow? And then she's like, middle. Because Americans talk fast?
I don't know.
Do Germans just talk slow?
I
No,
don't
it's not. They do
think
not.
so.
They don't talk slow. They talk angrily, quickly.
This is from Learn with Oliver. I hate Google Video. Why did you become so bad?
I know. Mitte. It's kind of like she's trying to say middle.
Yeah.
Middle.
Okay.
Mitte. Mitte beer. You sound like an idiot. Mitte. You like
Say it again.
you like kind of got to be
This is Dimita, which is, I guess, but I think Mita.
Mita.
Yeah, so this is the legend Mita.
Love it. So, have you ever had
Tell me
pork
what you want, what you really, really want.
cushion?
Pork butt?
No. That was my question. And that's what I was going to ask you about. So,
It does sound familiar. I don't know what it is.
apparently it's
It's like pork butt.
yes, it's from the same kind of area, but a little bit lower. So it gets worked a little bit more than the butt. So it's a little less fatty.
Okay.
But it looked pretty dang fatty. But I think what I was looking up is they said like the pork shoulder is a little bit more marbled than the cushion.
We have a whole book of meat here, so
Can you find pork cushion in there?
maybe.
I'd be interested.
Anyways, tell me how this came
Well,
up.
so I
Give
went-
us a story
I went
here.
to Costco and their pork shoulder is currently reasonable. And it used to be
I don't think I've ever gotten pork shoulder or anything, pork butt. Sorry, I'm reading pork butt from Costco. I gotta be honest.
It's great because it comes in a 2-pack.
Okay.
And they're boneless, so the weight is the weight.
Oh, I think I do remember. They're like smaller,
Mm,
right? They're like this big, maybe.
they're like 7-8 pounds each.
Okay. Maybe I'm
they
thinking
come
of
in a
something else.
2-pack. So, and again, they're boneless. So when you get them at Fred Meyer, bone in at like 7 pounds for about the same
True.
price. Definitely getting probably like an extra half pound of meat in there.
Is it the hip?
Kind of
The cushion?
It's apparent. Hold on, sorry. Let me. But it comes from the picnic shoulder, which sits directly below the butt.
The picnic shoulder.
Yes, that's what the top of Google said.
I have the butt tender. I have the knuckle,
Now,
the heel.
maybe I can look up other names for pork cushion.
The hind shake, the shoulder roast. Now I'm into not pork.
Because of
Wait, was I in pork?
this one says they often get
No,
mixed
I wasn't.
up.
I wasn't even in pork.
Oh my gosh. Pork cushion comes from, this even says picnic shoulder of the pig
Oh, there we go. Okay.
on the anterior side.
No wonder I was so confused. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. But,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm here now.
Now you're tracking. Okay. Yeah, but so it was a better price than pork shoulder. And so because Costco's pork butt used to be like a steal, and I was like, yo, this is like untapped fucking resource here. And now it's just kind of normal with like maybe you're getting a little bit of a deal.
The picnic, aka Cali.
Oh, okay.
So bone and butt chops. So I'll just start the whole shoulder area, I guess.
Yeah,
Which doesn't. Why do they call everything's called a shoulder? It's kind of weird.
it is a bit.
Bone and butt chop, also called Boston butt steaks, have a bone in the middle. On another animal, shoulder meat would have braised to tender it, but because pork is so tender, it can be seared just like a steak. Pork shoulder is often referred to and sold as pork butt,
Mhm.
but it's a misleading term because the
Yes.
cut comes from high on the pig shoulder.
Yeah.
Pork butt got its name from the wooden barrels called butts in which it was shipped and packed.
Oh.
Packaging tradition originated in Boston, so the cut is also referred to as Boston butt because of its high fat content. Pork butt is often roasted and shredded. It's the cut of choice for Southern-style barbecue pulled pork or roasted or braised to make Mexican carnitas.
Yep.
The picnic is a bone-in roast found immediately below the butt on the front leg. It is less expensive than the butt and can be used in any recipe calling for butt. It used to make stew meat or chopped meat. The cut is sometimes referred to as the Cali for California style, and the Spanish-speaking butchers at La Frida Meats call it a pernil. They eat a lot of it.
Oh.
So there you go.
So in other words, it's a buy.
Free to go.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All green lights.
Next time, I'll give that a go and see if I notice a difference. The biggest difference I heard is that it's just a little bit less fatty.
Yeah.
But like, you're throwing the crock pot and you're shredding it, you know, like.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I would be too upset about like there's.
Sometimes there's a little too much.
Yeah, sometimes you get chunks that are just a bit much in the pork butt. So I think that's actually probably fine.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a go and I'll let you know. Or just have you over and you can try it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing too.
But anyways, you were saying, were they running out? Pricey?
Well, no, that's what I was saying. So the pork shoulders were kind of like just on par now, where they used to be like a steal.
Okay, they're just like same as a grocery store.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, sure, these don't have a bone in them, so it's like maybe it's a slightly better deal, but not like a dope Costco deal.
Yeah.
And it used to be, and that's why...
And it might be in the future.
Exactly, right.
Like, well, yes. I just mean like with inflation, the other stores might catch up a little bit.
100%. Like, that's true, too. That's very true. Yeah, Costco could even just be ahead of the curve here. But so... there was like two... I think it was like just under, I think it was like about 14 pounds and it was like $30. And I was like, yeah, right. It's like kind of on par.
It's pretty good.
Right. But again, no bones. So you're getting a little bit more meat. And then I looked over at the pork cushion and it's like same amount for like $20. I'm like, whoa.
There you go.
Right. But the lack of fat, even though it looked pretty fatty to me, it kind of it scared me a little.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know how it's going to turn out.
Exactly.
Like,
so,
or if you're making pulled pork or whatever, it's like, it needs to be pulled pork.
Exactly. So I got scared into just spending the extra $10. But next time, I'm absolutely going to buy the cushion and see how that goes. Because, yeah, it seems like it'll just be fine.
Was this at the business Costco or, okay. They also have pork belly flats at the business Costco, and those are...
They have a delicious, weird but like pretty good meat section at the business Costco.
I don't think they're weird at all. I think it's like heaven.
Well, it's like, I don't know.
I walk in and angels start singing.
It's pretty good. I'm just thinking at like the normal one by the mall where like everything's in those like
freezers. Normal grocery store.
Yeah.
This one, it's like you walk into almost like this just meat locker. I mean, there's no hanging meat, unfortunately. That'd be awesome. But it's like cold as fuck. They have jackets on the outside. I never wear them because I'm not a bitch.
But my nipples do get very hard.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's super cheap.
Boxes
they got
and boxes and boxes of meat.
It's for like restaurants buying their meat, so it's cheaper than going to the normal Costco. They have bigger cuts, like that's why they have like full on pork bellies. They have tons of subprimals everywhere. It's like if you like butchering your own meat, or I mean, not like really butchering because they're already in subprimal, but like if you like doing that stuff, it's a great deal.
They had a fatty fucking thing of New York's. You cut up your own fillets, and I was like, ooh.
That's subprimal,
That's like $100 some bucks.
That's what I buy to dry age.
Yeah. Which probably will do something like that when I get a fucking garage freezer.
Yeah.
Because
it also doesn't work out to the best deal that you think you would, because you still have to trim down the fat and everything to get to like the however you want your steak, right?
Right.
But it's like regardless, it's still a better deal. Just not as good of a deal as you think it is. And then I think it's a cool thing to do because you get like, not only do you just get to learn about breaking down meat, which I think is just like any of your food. I think it's important for you to know like, hey, it comes from an animal, a living thing that you're eating, right? Like I think that's an important thing to realize. And then
yep.
From a more practical meat eater side, dude, I can cut 2.5 inch fucking steaks.
I was just gonna say you get to control how fat that boy is. Pretty killer. Yeah, it was, man. I did spend a good amount of meat because I bought 2-pack of the pork shoulders, I bought a pretty good size of, I want to say they're beef spare ribs rack. I think it's beef spare ribs. I know it's beef. I can't remember what kind of ribs though. I ended up,
Like short ribs, maybe.
No, I mean it's like big rack of ribs. Yeah, I'll send you a picture later. But and then I ended up getting like a package of brats. I got a New York steak. I got a package of, because they were like on sale at fucking Fred Meyer, a package of cut up like asada steak and
Oh, like the dual package thing. Is that what it was? Like already chopped up?
Yes, but it was only the one.
It was just
they
the
had them
one?
separated it, and
Okay.
because it was like $5. So I was like,
Yeah, I've
Okay.
gotten that a couple times.
yeah, yeah. So I have a lot of meat in my freezer now.
So you did a Levi Costco run basically.
yeah, and like not as bad, but
yeah,
like,
not as bad, but
I put a dent.
you're getting there.
Yeah, there's just so many good deals. I couldn't pass them up.
Well, and like the thing is, like you're gonna eat it all.
Exactly. Yeah, and then too, right? It's like now I don't have to go buy anything next week. Really,
Yeah,
like maybe like buns or like a vegetable, but like I don't need to buy whole meals. So like my grocery runs are gonna be like $10 versus $100.
and not just that, like where it's located to your job is like right down the street, so it's just like it's on your way home.
Yep,
So it's like you don't. It basically feels like you're not even running the store, really.
it is great. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, that was a great Costco run. Enjoyed that thoroughly. And their cilantro bags, I don't know like what kind of like fucking chemical they dump into that thing, but their cilantro lasts forever.
Voodoo magic.
Yeah, it's voodoo magic lasting because, I mean, cilantro lasts like a day, maybe two if you're lucky, before it just starts getting like slimy.
Yep.
Their shit, like, oh my God, it lasted over a week for me. It was crazy. And it's like $3 for like a big ass fucking bag of this.
Yeah, you make tacos from like that's the crazy like if I was like significantly poorer than I am, like carnitas tacos and like you said, like cilantro tortillas from Costco. They probably got like a fucking cheap ass salsa. Like
W.
you need a crock pot. Like you don't even have to use like an oven or anything. Like you got a crock pot, huge thing of fucking carnitas, tortillas, salsa. Like you're good to go.
Yeah, all you really need to do is just season it and throw it in the crock pot.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
But with like even seasoning it, right? Like you could use the salsa and get some salt and pepper and like you like
We talked about this.
you're there basically.
I made the realization that I've been overhandling my meat a little bit much, and just in general, people overhandle their meat a bit because you're not really especially when you're like throwing this shit in like crock pots or marinades, like you're not getting the fucking all this flavor you think you're getting.
Yeah.
Like the main thing is salt and pepper, and maybe like one other big ingredient you add, like if you're marinating in beer or if you're marinating in oil or something, it's like, sure, you need that. But yeah, outside of that, all the nuances are just fucking dumb.
Yeah. It pretty
for
much is.
marinating.
I think so.
If you're actually cooking with it, that's different.
Well, I think it's also different, like, if you're trying to get, like, the most... Like, people go crazy on, like, smoking ribs and stuff, but, like, they're, like, getting the rib meat perfect. Like, to eat it by itself, they're not making a taco.
Well, yeah, and on top of that, too, right? Like, that's, like, you are cooking with that, and, like, when you're barbecuing, typically you're letting it sit like in the cooker for like all day. So like all of that shit is getting soaked up, into the meat as well. So it's like, I get you there. Like, please, overhandle your meat and you get your recipe all nitpicky. But like,
yeah, when you're talking about carne, like especially carne asada, like you're probably 2 hours ish, 2-3 hours in the fridge and like throwing it on the grill. Like,
That's all you need.
Like really, the citric acid is from the fruits is just to help break down some of the muscle. Like you're not really adding. Like when you throw lime juice, you're not really flavoring the meat with lime.
Yeah.
Right.
Put steak in just lime juice and then cook it with salt and pepper. I bet you won't taste the lime juice that much.
Yeah, like
if at all.
You'll probably taste it a little bit, but like really not that much. Like it's like over 2 hours.
And we're talking about soaking it in only lime juice.
Yeah.
When you fucking just juice a lime into that, you're not tasting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially like when you're talking about like a lime and like 3 or 4 pounds of meat.
Yeah.
So
really, it's like you said, that citric acid, like the actual, science behind it is what you're going for there.
Yeah.
Not going for flavor so much.
And I got to be honest, man. So where I do think like there is a difference is brown sugar, cinnamon. I really don't taste soy sauce. I just don't think it's
very salty. So
yeah, I just don't think it's very necessary. So soy sauce, I don't have a problem with soy sauce. I do think it adds a lot more moisture that's just not needed from a grilling standpoint. I don't really understand the soy sauce thing, but brown sugar and cinnamon in carnitas, it's just not. I don't put sugar on my pork. Like salt and pepper, it's not sugar and pepper. I don't understand.
Coming.
I mean, I guess cinnamon isn't sweet, but like, I don't know.
Like actual cinnamon.
Yeah, actual cinnamon, but I don't see
the necessity because I actually don't even like the flavor of spicy cinnamon. Like I'm like a child. I like cinnamon sugar in every bite, but
I like cinnamon in drinks.
Yeah, that's fair.
But in like tacos, man, it just doesn't fit
Weird.
to me.
No, it's odd. It's how I felt about. So it's funny you say you don't really taste soy sauce a whole lot. It's how I felt about Stan the Cooking Guy's asada recipe, where I'm like, yo, the soy sauce or teriyaki, whatever you want to use there, like that really stands out too much.
I don't think teriyaki could be subbed with soy sauce, and then I do think that the soy sauce is just unnecessary.
Right.
Just use salt.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, it's salty, and it's like, okay, then I'll just use salt.
I'll use salt. Yeah, it's probably a lot better for me.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're using real salt.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I've all of those recipes that like call for any of that stuff. I've tried all of them. I mean, not all of them, obviously, but I've tried all the ingredients. And at the end of the day, salt and pepper is just it's the king.
Yep, 100%, 100%. Well, I mean, yeah, it's like we always bring steak as a good reference point for this, where it's like I've had my steak 100 different ways.
Yeah.
And nothing compares to just like getting a good sear and salt and pepper.
Yep.
That's it. And it's the perfect.
I'm such a purist these days. I rarely even use pepper.
That's crazy. I just love pepper.
Yeah. But I also, cook my steak like a fucking animal. Yeah.
Not cooking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Searing on both sides. It is fucking raw on the inside, basically.
Not even basically.
Like, not even blue rare, guys. Like, it's not cooked in the middle. It's just how I like my steak. It's fine.
I get it.
I haven't died yet.
Well, yeah. True. You're not going to die from that.
You're like, yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
You haven't died. You're right, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. It's purely a texture thing for me. I don't think I eat it the right way. No, I get it. It's just how you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I completely understand. Well, so there is a right and wrong way.
Well, let's rephrase that. There is a wrong way.
Yes. Anything cooked more than medium rare is wrong.
Yes. Yes.
But medium rare to literally raw is correct.
Yes.
It's just where on the spectrum you fall.
But having that in mind, we have also talked about how I would rather be wrong and have a good sear. Like if it comes down to it. Like if you fucked up, you're like, oh shit, I left it in the oven too long.
Well,
I would still rather...
I think if it's cooked more than medium, you got to start over.
Doesn't work that way.
I mean, if you have enough meat, it does.
Yeah, but...
Well, like, if you're putting me on an island, or, you know, maybe there's 4 of us camping.
I just mean, like...
Maybe there's 4 of us camping, and there's this limited amount of steaks, and now I have to eat this well-done steak. I'm not gonna, like, just throw the fucking steak into the river. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's overcooked.
I'm right. And so operating on a limited steak mentality, just because it's already like, you know, cooked more than it should be at that point, doesn't mean I'm like gonna like, oh, I'm not gonna sear it because it's already cooked to what it should be now. Like,
oh yeah.
No. I'm gonna sear it, and that will in fact overcook it a little bit, but it's worth it.
The problem is, you really gotta have someone who knows how to cook a steak and what to prioritize.
We're talking about camping now?
No, just in general.
Oh,
steak cooking.
yeah.
Like, because you like, we do agree. What I'm saying is, like, a lot of people focus on getting the steak to the right temperature.
Right.
It's the wrong thing to focus on, which is what you're saying too.
Right.
But the problem is when you're so hyper focused on that, you forget, like, the sear is vastly more important.
Yep.
Which is why I basically sear the outsides, all 4 sides, 6 sides, whatever. I sear hard and I leave the center basically raw. Because I just like the internal, it just doesn't matter as much.
Well, yeah. And you know, yeah, going the opposite direction of the instance I was saying. If your steak is like even 10 degrees cooler than you'd ideally like it,
it's no big deal.
If you've got a good sear, it's no big deal.
Yeah, you could throw it in the oven. You could sear one side a little bit longer. You could just let it sit in foil for a few more minutes. Like there's a lot of options.
Or even just fucking leaving it. Like,
yeah,
it still might be like, oh man, this isn't exactly how I want it, but I'm like,
yeah. Jack had that second steak because they pretty well overcooked the first one. And it was, you know, a decently priced steak, and they brought him a new one, and it was like he cut into it, and it was like undercooked to his liking. It was like blue rare, and I was like, dude, just eat your mashed potatoes, chill out for a second, just like, because he was like, you know, he's already conscientious about like how they're cooking a steak. I'm like, just give it a minute, and then.
Well, that was the funny thing too when they brought it over. Like, oh, can you cut that into that, please? No.
Well, especially since they're taking it straight from the kitchen to the table. I'm like, it's got to rest.
Like, don't even cut into it. Like, give it like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah, then cut into it.
And I get, like, from the kitchen and management standpoint, they want to get the food out to the table as quick as possible. But at the same time, it's like,
don't badger me to cut into this right now.
Well, and like to Jack, like, don't cut it into it.
That's what I would say. I would bring it up. Like, here you go, sir. Let that sit for 5 minutes and then cut into it, and I'll be back around and let me know how it is. You know, like not just like, hey, cut into that right now. Like, well, it just came off the fucking grill, so what? Yeah, I really want steak now, and I've got one.
It sounded like a question mark at the end of that.
Because it's like. It's a whole thing. Like, I don't got a fucking chimney. So, like, I got to smoke up the house, you know, because my grill does not get hot enough.
I don't understand that.
You don't understand what?
You got to smoke up the house?
Yeah. The house is going to get pretty smoky when I make my steak.
Why?
Because that's what happens when you put mayo on a steak and you sear it.
It doesn't happen to me.
Yes, it does.
No.
It absolutely does. 100%.
Well, so to be completely fair, I no longer use mayo.
Okay,
So that helps.
that's a huge thing, actually.
And then that's probably it.
Yeah, exactly. And I would like to use the mayo.
I use I've switched over completely to tallow.
I don't have any of that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I gotta get
nice.
some.
Like it does get smoky, but it's not bad.
Sure.
Completely like manageable, especially if you reverse sear it.
Right.
Then like it's not even noticeable. But like I do like maybe 2 minutes aside at like 700 degrees on the stove.
Well, I've got to get a new cast iron. I mean, I'll use the fuck, what, not porcelain. That's the only fucking word I can ever think of when I think of this shit.
The ceramic cast iron.
Ceramic, yeah. I can use the ceramic cast irons, but I don't know.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something about just a cast iron. Just
Exactly.
nothing fancy about it.
Well, I don't know what it is, but you get different results too. I'm also scared to like get the ceramic cast irons like fucking melt your face off hot too.
I don't think that's an issue.
Like it shouldn't be, I guess. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess I don't know, but I wouldn't imagine that's an issue.
I'll look it up. See if they like advise you to not exceed a certain heat.
Especially since, like,
Because obviously, theoretically, the ceramic cannot get as hot as
exactly.
cast iron.
But like, as long as you season it, like, I'm really thinking, like, I don't know.
You don't season the ceramics.
No, I meant sorry, not season it, but like, put enough mayo on your steak or whatever you want to use.
Well, no, that part's fine. I'm even just talking about the preliminary heating it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be concerned till it explodes, obviously, but
Then you might want to worry a little bit.
Yeah.
Think about it at least.
I've never had an issue, but then again, I've never put a ceramic cast iron on the forge, but I've never put a cast iron on the forge either. So,
Well, yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, and that is like the easiest fucking thing in the universe to make. So, like, I should make one of those. Would that probably cost you like $50 in total?
yeah.
Should absolutely. And then obviously just buying charcoal, but and the fan.
The charcoal is the thing. Well, and the fan was cheap too because the fan was the most expensive of the setup because they created the fan to fit in the little thing.
Yeah.
Which just like ended up breaking. And
Did you make that too? That little side pocket for the fan?
no, that came with the thing.
Okay.
All I did was buy the grate and drilled some holes in it.
Holes, yeah.
I think they still sell the chimney part of it. Don't think they sell the fan anymore.
Well, I mean, someone's got it, right? Like something like that.
Probably. Yeah, they still sell this. They have an extra large one. Yeah.
Chimney?
$30 for the large, $40 for the extra large.
You're talking the actual
Chimney part of it, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, okay, that's where I got the hole.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I just drilled the holes in the top so I can put the thing.
Do you have do you have a second grate to hold the coals?
That comes with it too.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically set up. It's just the top part that I drilled in and got a little grate to sit over.
What are you supposed to do with it then? The top. I'm so confused.
I think I think it's for just like setting something on, like a pan on. I don't really know.
Oh, a pan, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Weird.
It's called Barbecue Dragon, by the way.
Okay.
But yeah, so they do have a fan thing. Oh, it does look like it's back. Maybe it was just during COVID that it was not a thing, that fan.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get that. What I ended up doing is getting a greenery, like a greenhouse fan that they use for like weed, marijuanas.
Yeah.
And I just pointed at it. You could get like you could like pipe it, I guess, but there's no real reason to. It's just airflow at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah, I should. I'll definitely do something like that soon. I say soon, but like by the end of the year. Time moves quick, man.
It just gets so fucking hot. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You have like, it's pretty hard to describe like having a steak off of that, like perfectly reverse seared, and on that, like the charcoal flavor, the flames licking it, like how, like just the crust that's on it. It's just different.
Yep. No, I know. I do decent, but I try to even get like a similar thing on my grill with like when I make burgers and stuff to like try and get some of the fire to like flame up on it. And it's like kind of not really though.
Yeah.
Can do it. So unless you're like grilling like a shit ton of stuff where it's just like juicing all over the place, you're not really gonna get that.
Yeah.
Which have done.
Well, and it's propane, so it's just not the same.
Right. Like when I made the
carnitas
carne
asada.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing in my brain. I didn't say it out loud, but I said carnitas in my brain first. When I made the asada, that thing was cooking then, and that was great. That was fantastic. You need to do that again.
That carne is pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
It's like no work for like what is that, like $7, $8 a pound?
I think it's probably like $9, $8-9. But okay, still.
Yeah. For having to do like no work and it's
literally
just like ready
zero
to go.
Work. Throw it on the grill.
Like, come on. Yeah. That's hard to beat, man.
It's one of our favorite things to do on the weekend.
Yeah. And you get like what, like, 3-4 tacos out of a pound of that. So
yeah.
If you're divvying it up to like normal taco size, like 4 tacos.
Yeah, we probably get like a pound each.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of how it works.
Yeah, and it's like you already got the tortillas and cilantro's nothing, onions are nothing. So
yeah,
it's a good deal for sure.
You're writing down some things for this beer.
Yeah.
Yellow, gold, very clear.
Very fucking like crystal.
You got a lot of carb.
A lot of carb.
I will say
I'll
that.
mention that in the look.
Even look, yeah. It's nice looking over and your beer's just carbon up.
Agreed. 100%.
Smell grassy, floral, little juicy.
Yeah, I don't really know how else to describe. There's like a sweetness to the smell as well.
Would you say it's like a maize?
No. Probably not.
Like a...
Yeah.
What's the... Candy corn?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. That so closely resembles both candy and corn.
I like if I was gonna say like if this had to smell like some corn thing, this would smell like the sweeter kettle corn. I hate kettle corn, by the way. Kettle corn's nasty. Popcorn should be savory and salty and delicious, and buttery.
I do agree with you, but then I've also had like real good kettle corn. There's too much fake bullshit out there that tastes like shit. Like I hate it.
It's like it always has this like sugary film on it. You know what I'm saying? It's gross.
Not good.
Yo, what if we sell pre-popped popcorn?
It's a pretty fucking good idea, dude. Man, people have just been waiting for that idea to come up.
We could save people literally minutes on end of their month that they have popcorn. maybe every other month. I had popcorn a couple of days ago.
Yeah. How'd that treat you?
Delicious.
What activity were you doing when you enjoyed this?
It was like 8:30 at night, so a little too early to go to bed and watch a show. We're downstairs with the dog, and I was like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But I don't want to make shit.
No.
I threw some microwave of the Microwaving the popcorn. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
Whoa.
I'm gonna stick with that.
That's crazy shit, dude.
Hey, figure that out.
Damn, I should have been over for that. That's crazy, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. That's like opportune time. You then you like throw on like a show you're kind of like watching on your own. You're like eating some popcorn. You're like, this is a great time.
Yeah, maybe like grab yourself a nice 2, 3, 4 fingers of whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely.
5, yeah.
Yeah,
And you just don't.
Yeah. I'm not
really looking, honestly.
No, yeah, you're just.
I'll give you some after this. Costco put forward another brand. So, like, you know how Costco has their branded liquors?
Right.
They introduced a new, I say new, it's been out for months, but it's the first time I bought it. So it's new to me.
It's pretty new.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Oh.
Picked up of that. So I
they haven't previously had any whiskey of their brand, have they?
Yeah, they have. It's not been great.
Okay, maybe that's all.
And so this bottle was a liter. Normally I buy the 1.75 or 1.5, whatever it is, liters of Bullet. Because like it's a cheap, fine whiskey. And I did the quick calculations. I was like, per liter, one was one, per liter, this was that. Bullet was like $2 or $3 more expensive.
Per like ounce?
Per liter, I think.
Okay.
So it ended like this would have been like the Costco's would have been $50 and Bullet would have been $55.
Okay.
Kind of thing. So really like not that much of a difference at all. Like they're basically the same is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll get this one just to try it. And like, actually pretty good. I like it.
Nice.
You save like $3 and I like it.
But over time, you could end up buying yourself a Bullet rye.
No, would I buy it over Bullet? I might.
Like, yeah, it depends on what you want. Like it's not like you're like, in no mood will I be in to buy this over Bullet.
I just don't love Bullet. It's just, to me, Bullet's like a fairly like mid-range bourbon, because I don't really like bourbon. I think I've come to realize
I was just gonna say someone has been doing some growing.
I've come to realize the fact that I don't love bourbon. I vastly prefer spicier, crisper ryes. That's why Rittenhouse is like just my jam.
I'm with you. Rye, I mean, you know that about me in general. Like, rye is my fucking jam. Doesn't matter what we're talking about. I fucking love rye bread, love rye beer, fucking love rye whiskey. I understand you have different opinions, but I fucking love rye.
But a lot of people like the caramely vanilla notes of bourbon. No. Like their goal is to get like the smoothest, like syrupy sugar bourbon. Scotch is for Pete. But
well, I'm talking smooth.
Yeah, I want some spice, some bite, and I want like a very like crisp end to my whiskey, right? I don't want it to like linger, like
syrupy.
Yeah, like to your point on that part, the lingering, that is what Scotch is for. Like you take a nice sip of Scotch and it lingers with you, and like you don't have to take another drink. Like it's a very slow.
So yeah, it's why I love Scotch, because like I can like over the course of like a couple hours have like a drink, and just like enjoy it, and it's not like, if you get a damn good Scotch, you can be in this limbo of like, I don't need another sip.
You went through like a whole Catan game with Lagavulin.
Yeah, and I was so damn happy.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about like Lafroig and Talisker. It's just like fucking chilling.
Exactly, man.
It's like
need to get a good Scotch for the wedding.
Smoking a good cigar or a nice pipe of tobacco. It's just like you're sitting there and you're just chilling for a couple hours, not a care in the world.
Yep, 100%. Man, I really want some Scotch and cigars now. I don't know. It's Friday.
And a steak.
It's Friday today. I don't know.
For you.
All right, back to this beer.
Well, I gotta say one thing too.
Okay.
On the whole, it's Friday thing.
Sure.
Today was like an insane day for me at work.
Ugh.
And I like to, as you know, if you're watching this, you probably know too. I like to make jokes in my pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I downloaded a music video and I clipped it down to 5 seconds, and it was Lifehouse, You and Me. And I sent it to my coworker, and I was like, "How's your day going? This is how my day is going." And he clicked on the link, and it goes, "What day is it? And in what month?" Stop. So that's how I feel.
That's great.
I don't know what's going on today.
I don't know, man.
Is it Thursday? Friday? Tuesday?
What is this? What is this? December yet? What are we in fucking January? I don't know.
Some days are like that, man. It's just so busy. You're like, what the fuck is even, like, what's happening?
Yep. 100%. And it's always out of nowhere, too.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, we're ramping up here. It's just like, this motherfucker comes at you. That motherfucker comes at you. And you're like, holy shit.
Well, Thursdays are usually pretty busy for me for some reason. I just am always stacked with meetings. And
I noticed that at Continuant too, though, where like I feel like even customers come at you more on Thursdays.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
And then, but today especially, it was like I'm getting calls during meetings. I'm getting like booked on the same day. Like, we need to have this conversation, blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm literally responding. Like, the people I'm working with, I'm like, hey, this person called me and they need to speak to me, but I'm literally booked for the rest of the day. I need you to call them.
Yeah.
I know you have no idea what's going on, but I can't talk to them. Yeah, one of those days.
Yeah, those days will happen when you're you.
Yeah. I gotta stop being me.
That's true, man. Yeah, you should really think about, I mean,
I don't know if I told you I had a salesperson that was like, I'm sorry I keep putting you on this, but like on these kind of things, but like you're the only one who really like drives these home and picks up your phone. I'm like,
you kind of just sigh like,
I gotta stop picking up my phone then. Stop being so helpful.
I gotta stop being me, goddamn. Oh man. Do you have anything else for smell for this? Was that accurate? Do you disagree?
I would say hoppy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna be honest, I could probably see the corn, but it's just so on my mind that
I'm ironically putting that under smell that we can see the corn.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You know what? Underrated cereal too, cornflakes.
Agreed.
It kind of gives me some cornflake vibes, right? It's like a sweet, but bready. I don't crispy. I don't know how to.
I was half joking,
like toast.
But dude, I fucking love corn. I was born in the corn.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. That could be a good reason as to why I like this beer so much. Like, subconsciously or something.
Not to be good. Not to be mistaken with the infinitely better cereal, but infinitely more underrated Corn Pops.
You're on your own there, bud. They're very fine.
Dude, Corn Pops are lit.
Corn Pops are pretty good. Hear me out. Better without milk. Better without milk.
Disagree, but essentially yes. I like a drizzle of milk where like you get some milk flavoring.
The less milk, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I wouldn't say dry is good. Dry is good.
Yeah. Dry is good. Maybe you should have some milk, but
like
keep it down.
Just a little bit of milk, stir it in, make sure the milk touches everything. Get the Corn Pops well seasoned.
Yeah.
Boom.
Exactly. Going on to taste here. I said hoppy, it's bitter. I even threw it into taste because, man, it kind of sticks out. It's bubbly.
What do you...
think the bubbles have a taste.
What do you feel about maybe how do you feel? But also leave the what. What/how do you feel about Honey Smacks?
I'm gonna throw this monkey wrench at you. Never had them, dog.
These guys?
Oh,
See?
I've seen it. I never had them though.
Never had them?
No, but I know it. Seen it. I know exactly what those are. I remember seeing them as a kid, but I never had them. What did you think of them? Yeah,
I'd pass them up.
I believe it. I'd probably just rather have Honey Nut Cheerios.
That's kind of how I felt.
They
I
look
think
like,
not bad. It's just
they look like a weird shape too.
yeah. It's the nut shape that
Yeah, like
you know.
I don't want to eat fucking almonds or
yeah,
pro layers. What are they called?
like
Prolines.
you know, everyone likes to wake up and have a nice nut in the morning, but just
Yeah, just.
I didn't want to put it in my mouth.
No, I was just gonna say not in my mouth. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I like waffle crisp.
Ooh,
That was like quick to come, quick to leave, and then thank God it's made a resurgence.
yeah, waffle crisps were lit.
And hear me out.
Not underrated though. I think that was universally loved. It
and
doesn't
isn't
make
that
sense
weird?
how it
Yeah,
left.
doesn't make sense like why it like flopped. Yeah. Even weirder to me why it's gone away, and I don't think it's come back. Shit, I fucking had it and now I lost it. I can fuck. I can't think of the name of this cereal. I can picture everything about it, and I'm gonna have to Google it because Google will tell me.
Honeycomb,
No.
also lit.
Okay.
Can we do
Why does this look weird? This is wrong.
Can we do a cereal beer line? I feel like that would be awesome.
Okay, they changed. Cereal. Yeah. French Toast Crunch.
Mm.
So fucking good. The texture was like little breads. It was
Yeah.
delicious. Like you could tell, you could differentiate between the bread part and the crust. It was nice.
I just always preferred cinnamon toast crunch, but
Well, that's just different things for.
no, I'm not.
No.
I agree. It's different.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like if like they were side by side, I would go cinnamon toast.
It depends on the day for me. I like me a good old bowl of French Toast Crunch. Apparently, you can buy them right now, so I guess they haven't gone away. And
Overrated cereal,
okay,
Reese's Puffs.
yeah, it's a bit like.
The peanut butter was never as good as like Captain Crunch peanut butter, and the chocolate was never as good. Cocoa Puffs.
I know. Like I would rather just mix those
Yeah.
two. Man, yeah. Oof.
Reese's Puffs overrated.
Yeah, agreed. And at me because fucking Reese's has the best candies.
It does,
But
Facts.
like, what the fuck are you doing on your cereal, guys?
yeah.
Also, hear me out. Any Pebble cereal, I don't care if it's Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebble, dude. The second you add milk, it's just like tiny mushes down your throat.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because the flavor is so
The
good.
flavor's so good, yes, but milk ruins that
Yeah.
fucking cereal, and like they're like
Yeah.
not that great dry.
Yeah.
Like it needs milk. So it's almost like you gotta like fucking like take a spoonful of dry, milk your spoon, and just eat it like that.
They're better ice cream toppings.
Oh, that just changed my life.
Yeah. Like
That-
Fruity Pebbles on a nice vanilla ice cream. Like it's
Wow.
pretty lit.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Never even thought about that.
Yeah, what you didn't think about, what you didn't know was
Sure.
a thing either until I opened your eyes. Butterfinger ice cream is fucking top tier.
Yes, and I had good reason because I don't like it getting stuck in my teeth.
Butterfinger candy, F tier. Butterfinger
Mhm.
candy in ice cream, lit.
Because the whole thing with Butterfinger candy is it does taste good.
Yeah.
It does. But like, man, the manual process that it takes you to get through a bite is just not worth it.
No, it's not.
When I was a kid and all my teeth were like fucking pristine, it wasn't as bad, but still not preferred. Now I've got too many fucking holes, divots, crevices, and fucking
Dodge, dip,
exactly.
dive, and
There's no fucking way you'll ever catch me biting into a Butterfinger again in my entire life, sadly, probably.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, same
It's
for
like
me
it-
with just cereal in general. Like, I don't.
dude, don't
When
talk
was
to
the-
Renee.
When was the last time I bought cereal? I have no fucking clue.
Jeez, yeah, Renee. I mean, I don't buy it, and she doesn't really either. But God, she's obsessed with cereal.
Feel.
It's
Did we even go over taste? We didn't even go over
No,
taste.
we didn't go
You
over
said
taste.
hoppy, bitter, bubbly, little grassy, fruit of some sort? Question mark.
I don't know. Something's there. I can't pinpoint it, man. Something's there. Should mention I haven't eaten at all today.
I'll give it a nice melon family, like a melon, a papaya, a cantaloupe. I'm throwing it in that family.
Shut up. God, actually, I think I'm just gonna leave it. That actually was pretty perfect.
Wow.
Wow.
Nick accidentally turned on his audio and it just kind of took over for us.
Yeah, but like I'm not mad because it actually got pretty much everything right.
Unfortunately, it's all in feel, so you will have to copy pasta it.
Fuck. Oh man, but it really got it good though. This is the first time ever.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably the last time ever too, for being honest.
Why can't like our podcast just do our job for us? And just like we just sit here and talk and it records everything and
I think
throws it in a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I think the problem is we get off topic a little too much. Yeah. So it's like it wouldn't know where to write things. So moving on to feel.
Dude, my shorts look like real. Got a lot of leg.
They're up there. You're really scrunching your junk.
Yeah, it's not the most comfortable.
It doesn't look like it. Like it looks
The
like
problem is you want to like lean back in these chairs, but it's not great for the beer podcast drinking, you know?
you can't see it with my jeans, but I'm getting a bit of that going
Yeah.
on too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the chairs. But it's the platform we're doing here.
Light
mostly.
crisp, huh?
I just wrote those right now. I don't know. You tell me I'm wrong?
I just feel like it sticks with you. I wouldn't call it crisp necessarily.
It sticks with ya,
Like I still taste it, you know?
but refreshing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, because it's not like a sugary or syrupy, like man, I'm fucking thirsty now kind of stick with you.
Yeah, I just always
But I'm with you. You're right.
I always like I've tried to really define what crisp is, and it's like when does the flavor end is probably like the most objective way to go about it, I think.
I think you're right.
And this does stick with you a little bit. So.
You're saying I overuse crisp, and
Yeah.
you're right. I'll give that to you. Critiques?
I'm gonna be honest, and I think you feel the same way that I do.
I don't want to think this. I like this.
This is just a all around good beer.
Okay, yeah, I do want to think that.
It
yeah.
just has like the right amount of bitterness, the right amount of carb, the right amount of sweetness. Just like it's an enjoyable experience all around. There's nothing I can point to that's like, oh, this is the amazing part of this beer. It's just like everything about it. I'm like, this is like top 80-90% on all the categories. It's not like, oh wow, this beer is revolutionary, it's going to change my life, I'm running the store to buy this right now. But I'm just like, dude, this is a fucking solid ass beer.
Hear me out. I am like trying to find something to lower the grade. I'm just coming up empty.
No, I think my my one critique, and I wouldn't put this under critiques. My one critique is there's nothing that's like, it just doesn't taste revolutionary to me. It's not like a Bodhisattva where it's like, oh, this is crazy. They've developed this insane flavor and carbonation. Like it's not like, but that's my one thing. It's like, but like, what's the downside of this beer? Like a lot of times it's like, oh, the downside is the carbs not there, or the bitterness isn't there, or it's too sweet.
I'm totally solid on my grade on this, and I'm not. I don't even give a care.
Oh yeah, but we skipped over thoughts. Ideal place to have this beer. You're just gonna say mountains, and it's gonna piss me off.
But like, this looks very nice.
It does look nice.
They put it in my brain, dude. It's not my fault. Let me think. I would like this at a baseball game.
Ooh, this beer with a nice dog
In the nice bolstering sun.
Yeah. Be nice.
Yeah. And I can't say that about a lot of beers, actually. And I shouldn't say ironic.
Not a lot of IPAs.
Because that's what I was about to follow up with, was like, I think most beers I would say that about are like your basic ass bitch lagers.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like you got a fucking Miller fucking High Life, you got a fucking Bud Light. Tell me you don't want to be at a baseball game with like a hot dog in your hand. Come on. But this is a good baseball IPA.
So before we rate, I do want to. So the ABV I remember is 7%, right?
Yes.
What's the IBU?
60.
Okay. Is the malts 2-row Pilsner and flaked corn?
Are you asking me if that's what the malts are?
Yes.
Why are you asking me?
Just bear with me.
I don't like that I'm being loaded. I don't like that you're putting your load on me.
Just bear with me.
Yes, it is 2-row Pilsner and flaked corn.
Are the hops Citra, Centennial, Citra Cryo, Strata?
Yes.
Is the look crystal clear, yellow, with a head that sticks around with a nice looking carb?
I don't like where he's going with this, folks. I didn't think I knew, but I now know.
Where am I going with this?
There's another beer out there.
Which is?
No. There is another.
Which is?
Don't know, dude. I don't know. Is it Ollie?
No, it's Baxter.
No.
Baxter's the cold IPA.
No. They make that.
I know. That's the greatest part.
There's no way.
No, they're here, but this is where it deviates. The smell: Citra explosion of hoppy goodness, bit earthy, not as sweet as the taste. Taste: juicy citrus, a sweet grapefruit, heavy-handed on the orange, little hoppy.
Okay.
Feel: soft.
Wow, they really.
Critique: as a cold IPA towards lager, should be more crisp. Thoughts: much better to smink, helps balance the beer. Great board game beer. I rated 3.75. You rated 3.5.
I'm going to need Dr. Keith, and I'm going to need their contact at Fremont, because I need to text these guys, say, be honest with me. Is this your perfected Baxter recipe?
I think it might be.
I think it might be.
This is a better Baxter.
This is so much better. Like
Baxter's good. Baxter's good. We 3.75, 3.5.
Too sweet, too citrusy.
Yep.
That's this, like you had said, perfect balance.
I would probably like this to be a little, like, personally, like not getting him to objectively, but I would personally like a little bit more crisp. Maybe Yeah, probably just a little bit more crisp, but because like with the hot profile of like melon, papaya, I think that's difficult. Maybe more like I don't know. Maybe throw in like the tiniest amount of like Azaka or Mosaic to get like more of like the pineapple-y type acidic kind of thing. Maybe.
I know what you're saying, and I do like that, but
like tastefully done, you know.
I'm just
trying to get to like how to perfect the beer here
I get it
because it's good.
because I'm pretty damn happy with where we're at here.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Yeah.
All right. You're ready to rate it?
Oh yeah.
I'm too.
Good.
3, 2, 1. 4.4.
3.8. Wait.
You meant 4.8. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. 4.8.
That's high, bro.
I know.
It's a good beer. It's a great beer.
I was gonna say 3.75, and I said no.
You're gonna say 4.75?
God damn it! The fuck, dude. We've really not had some amazing beers, apparently.
Okay, so 4.5.
Oh, yeah,
4.5 to 5 is perfect. Would not change a single thing about this beer. 4 to 4.5, which is where I'm at, is amazing / awesome. Couple things I would tweak. Smaller flavors that might not sit well. For example, it might be like a little too tropical.
You have the opposite problem with this.
Yeah, I would like to see a little bit more tropical. What makes, since I've talked about it a lot, what makes it a perfect beer to you?
I think even you're the one who just said it not 10 minutes ago, where you're like, I'm really coming up empty here on trying to come up with like shit to say about this beer that's bad. And I don't. And although I do like those pineapple-y, like the beautiful balance of like bitter and I won't even say tart. I'll say like pineapple sour, like that kind of like tongue pucker kind of taste. Like that is a really nice place to be. But I think for like how light the body of this beer is, like I kind of enjoy that it doesn't have that. Like this is just a really nice, refreshing beer. And although yes, like you had brought up accurately, that this kind of does stick around with you a little bit. Like, although you wouldn't describe it as crisp, I do think it still maintains it being very refreshing. Especially for an IPA.
Well, I think a good differentiator that we bring up often is, does it cause you to want to drink more of the beer, or do you feel like you have to drink a glass of water? I want to drink more of this beer.
I want to drink more of the beer. Yeah, I want to drink more of the beer. Yeah, that's absolutely it. And like I love where the bitterness is at, and I love the balance of like bitterness to like sweetness, whether the sweetness be like this like floral grassiness found probably within the hops, or even like this like melony fruitiness that you kind of get like a balance between the hops and the malts. Like I think it just sits perfectly in that. And I don't know, we talked a little bit ago about like, you know, what is detracting that from being that 5, right? Like what's detracting that from being an absolutely flawless beer? And like I think the only thing that I could come up with was your idea of it. Like nothing blew my mind. Like nothing about this was like, holy shit, this is the first time I've ever had anything like this. This is so unique. It has that special pizzazz to it. Like I think that's the only thing missing from it. I think the flavor wise and everything else is like it all hits really well.
Normally we talk about, would you buy this beer again?
I already did.
Yeah. But also I was just going to say, I would probably put this into my regular, I have like, I think we all do, have this regular repertoire of here's the things we go out and buy. Maybe you're not like us. You probably have your regular repertoire. You have bought everything in the store. Nick, myself, outside of stores like Total Wine, Benny's, that kind of thing. I mean, like I would probably even put Bevmo. It's kind of a shaky spot for me if I haven't had some of those beers. So with that expanse of beers that I've had, would I put this into the repertoire? Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Like this, Bodie, Johnny Utah, Leota May. I'm trying to think of IPAs specifically.
I personally love, and I like that you can get it like nationwide, is the All Day IPA.
All Day.
Solid.
Prismatic is probably up there.
Yeah.
I would. Stone is Stone, you know.
And it's weird because I love.
It's because their specialties are way better than the OGs,
Yeah.
and like in the good OGs don't always make it into 6-packs. So you just see the Stone IPA, and Stone's fine.
This is what we talked about. Is ironically the Stone IPA more prevalent than the Delicious IPA,
And
which
the Delicious
is
better.
Better, yeah.
Another one, Space Dust, is in my repertoire. Yeah, I think and this fits in there. Like it's a good one. Yeah, big fan.
Yep.
For me, where would I drink this beer? I've been thinking about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's from nostalgia. Maybe it's because it hasn't happened for a while, but late night Call of Duty with the boys, like till 3 a.m. Way too late. Way too late. I was gonna drink 2 beers. I ended up going through the whole 6-pack.
Been there, buddy.
This would do the job and do it well.
Yep.
Fremont does say it's not a seasonal. Fremont does say it's year round, but just because it says year round doesn't mean it will last. Who knows?
That's true.
But they do say it's not a seasonal, so I hope Modern Warfare 2 comes out November.
Oh,
Dude. First thing, picking up a 6-pack of this.
gonna get wrecked. Get wrecked.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Both.
let's be honest. I'm gonna be mailing you 2 6-packs of that come November.
Good point.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that.
You're welcome for the future.
Yes. But yeah. I'm a fan. A great board game beer too.
Oh yeah.
We mentioned that with Baxter. This I think fits as well. Great
Yeah.
board game beer.
Yeah, I think so too.
This and some Galapagos.
Yeah. I haven't played Galapagos in a while.
We did a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Galapagos is like we all really like it, but we don't play it enough.
It's a game. It's a David game.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I need to play it with David.
I feel like I had to play it at Jack's house.
That's for sure. Yeah. Ideally with David.
Yeah.
But like it's got to be at Jack's house.
It's definitely a house board game. Like I feel that way about Catan too. Like there's brewery games and there's house games.
Definitely not taking Catan out, and I agree. I think even Galapagos, I'm not really taking that out.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been episode 160 something probably. Go out and get this beer. Let us know what you think.
Do it.
Fremont comment on YouTube because that's probably the only way, unless you have our phone numbers, that you could tell us what you think. But I definitely highly recommend it. But I'm actually genuinely interested because it's always interesting to hear like if you really like a beer, like if you're like if we're objective or we're just
like
like it's always interesting to hear like if you really like a beer you think is like a perfect beer, to hear someone else's perspective that all like if you also like IPAs but this just isn't your style of IPA. It's really interesting to hear that perspective. So.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, there's obviously a stipulation of like you gotta like IPAs, because obviously you're someone who's just like, I drink stouts and that's it. Like, well, no, fuck, we're just gonna disagree. Like, so yeah, no, I'm curious too though. So
see ya the next time.
See you then.